Okay, I see them all over YouTube. Videos about the one thing you need to do to improve your painting. Here's a simple trick that made me win Golden Demon. I painted 100 minis in 3 seconds and now I'm a painting god. I ate 50 Space Marines and now I can paint the best blue with my private parts. You get the idea. The mistake that beginners, and probably the rest of us, are making is that there's like one key thing that's going to help. One big hack, one special technique that's going to massively up your game. And there isn't. Well, there is, kind of. But it's basically just paint more. There's not like one secret thing that you need to do. Practice is the one thing that'll help you. The more you paint, the more you will improve. It might feel like you're not improving, and that can be frustrating. Painting can take some time. It's hard to see the progress in real time. So people jump on gimmicks that make you feel like you're improving more quickly. But that's not how it works, in my opinion at least. There is certainly merit in doing a few things along your painting journey that will help you build your skills. Things like learning and developing new techniques like stippling, feathering, dry brushing, glazing, felching, and so on. Expanding or improving your tools, your equipment, or your hobby space. Taking painting classes or studying the top mini painters. Or watching every single one of my YouTube videos start to finish. But those are relatively small things along the way that will help you build your practice into something intentional. I think the key for me is continual practice. I used to paint when I was a wee guy and I was absolutely garbage. I had no idea what I was doing and I don't think I had any desire to get better. It was just about smashing out some orcs or Eldar and doing something fun with my wee pals. And I sacked it all off at university anyway because I was cool and trendy. And so when people ask me what I did in my spare time, I could say things like, oh, you know, I listen to cool hip hop, or I'm in an airsoft gang, or I make palatable ukulele music for dog adoption charity videos. And people would be like, oh, this guy's my hero. But long after I graduated and got a steady job, I found myself with a bit of disposable income, and I actually met a couple of guys who were into the hobby. One had been posting his beautifully painted Space Marines on his Instagram, and another that I met at a party talked about the hobby with such enthusiasm that it reminded me how much I used to enjoy it. And it turns out the two guys that I knew a couple of other guys, and now we've got a WhatsApp group, and I got sucked right back into the hobby again. And of course, that was a slippery slope. I signed some sort of unknown contract with Warhammer, and now every time I go to Warhammer World in Nottingham, they collect their tithe and I leave with no fingernails on one hand. But it's fine, they grow back. So the difference at that point was I knew that I enjoyed the painting, so I wanted to improve that. And I consumed media on painting, I watched tutorials, I bought all the hobby tools and paints I could afford, and I just immersed myself in the whole thing. And over time, I improved. It wasn't something that happened in days or weeks. It definitely took months, if not years. But after a couple of years of being back in the hobby, I decided to go for one of the in-store competitions. And I think I was placed in the top 3, I think maybe second, I don't recall. And there were no trophies. It was like, no, it wasn't a big deal. But it gave me the confidence to think maybe I could try for Golden Demon. So a short while after that, I decided to try for Golden Demon with like a reasonably ambitious piece. And I'd been doing lots of grimdark stuff, lots of weathering on vehicles, so I decided that I would apply that to a competition piece and try and enter that. And so I liked it and I threw it into Golden Demon back in 2019. Now I didn't place, but I got a finalist pin, which I was delighted with, and that gave me the confidence to continue to improve. And I can also look back at that piece now and spot things that I don't like about it and things that I could have definitely done better. And it made me realise that if you're looking to improve and up your painting game, especially if you want to enter competitions, you should be competing against yourself, not everybody else. And social media does nothing to help that, but what I mean is, mark your progress, document it and refer to it, look back and see how far you've come. If in your first competition you don't get anything, then analyse the competition entries that did get something. It doesn't have to be like first place, but look at the other people that you were up against and see if there's a difference in their painting to yours and what are they doing differently that you're not doing necessarily. What can you do to get to that level, whether that's just practice or being particularly sharp with brushwork or learning how to feather properly or something like that. And can you improve on your previous performance? I entered Golden Demon for the second time last year and I put in a few pieces this time. And I was hoping for more, but I still just walked away with one finalist pin. Now I don't want to downplay that, it was great, it felt really good, but I was hoping for more. But I analysed my entries, I pored over all the other entries, the incredible work that everybody put into that competition, and the standard was really, really high. And I came away with the realisation that I just wasn't putting enough time in. So in my head, I'm trying to compete against myself, not everybody else. I just want to improve on my last attempt. So to bring this back to people that are just starting out, yes, there are things you can do to help you on the way to improving your painting, some more obvious than others. But if you're looking for an easy fix or a quick win, you might be disappointed. The key is keep at it. Don't let some bad feedback put you off. Don't let a regrettable colour choice or a shoddy brush or anything else make you not want to pick it up again. Take those things and learn from them, then keep going. Tommy Sewell, the miniature painting tutor, told me recently about a cyclical approach to improving your mini painting skills. And this is for those who are painting armies and also painting display pieces. And in fact, especially to those who are painting both of those things. Use your armies to practice a new technique. The repetition over 10, 20, 50, 100 models will build that skill into something that you can do more quickly and better. Then utilise that skill on your display pieces or your hero models. When you find a new skill you'd like to learn, try it on an army. Repetition will help you master it, and then your next display piece or character can get that treatment. But don't stop unless you're not enjoying yourself. The reality is, if you're still enjoying yourself and you use your hobby as a release or a way to relax or escape or to build a skill, provided you're enjoying yourself, you're doing it right. Forewarning, I'm going to put out some videos in future about skills and lessons and items that have improved my painting. Don't let that detract from this message. And don't assume that it's a one-size-fits-all. The beauty of this hobby is we're all different, so do what works for you. And also, thank you to everybody who subscribed recently. I ticked over on 1,000 subscribers today, and I could not be more chuffed about it. I'm also planning a what you need to get started or what you need as a beginner type video as my next upload. So hold tight for that. I hope to have it out in a week or two. Until then, cheers. Learning and developing new kit. So the difference at that point though was I knew I didn't know the lines. You're absolutely joking. I've not been recording this whole fucking time. I've just recorded like 20 minutes of footage and the fucking thing wasn't recording. So yeah, great. I'm flushing.